They did it! It happened! Mining is allegedly dead, and this is allegedly what the 7900 XT is going to be about, and we're going to call NVIDIA's phone number. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast. And today's top story is the Ethereum mining merge that finally happened, where the proof of stake algorithm has now overtaken the proof of work algorithm, which for layman's term just mean that GPU no more working to make cryptocurrency because it was bad for a lot of different reasons, including the global economy. Allegedly. So it finally happened without a hitch yesterday. Not much past the midnight hour of September 15th will go down as the time where Ethereum stopped stealing GPUs from gamers and switched over to the proof of stake algorithm. You can see right here that it has been activated. It's finally done. And according to reports, just by this one little switch, the global electricity usage has dropped by 0.2%, which I'm sure there's a lot of things that have a higher percentage impact on global electricity usage, but graphics cards shouldn't be that high. That's a lot of GPU usage. So it's finalized. Happy merge. Everybody coming from Vitalik Buterin talking about the merge, saying it's a big moment for the Ethereum ecosystem, but it did happen smoothly, flawlessly, and as far as I'm aware, there are any apparent issues at the moment from switching over to the POS algorithm at the moment, but the ramifications and impacts of the switch will remain to be seen over the next few months, especially as it comes to mining other cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum Classic or Ravencoin. Those have peaked in the amount of people who are actually mining those on their GPUs because Ethereum was not the only cryptocurrency that could be mined on graphics cards. It was just happened to be the most popular one. So the difficulty of those other coins going up and how much they're going to become part of the relevant socio-political landscape and culture around cryptocurrency remains to be seen, as well as baking into that whether or not GPU prices are going to continue to fall. Are they going to continue to drop? Are we going to see a ton of liquidation coming from mining operations, or are they going to switch over to these other altcoins, or are they going to just get rid of every single GPU and you're going to start seeing a ton of lightly used graphics cards pop up on eBay? One way or another, we have to wait and see, okay? There's not a ton that we can tell on how this is exactly going to go because Ethereum wasn't the end-all be-all when it came to cryptocurrency mining, but it was definitely a huge part. Let me know what you think of Ethereum finally being done with GPU mining down below in the comments, but we're also going to talk about a couple of ramifications that are immediately happening right now. GPU prices really low. If you check out these Best Buy prices, just like if you want to go hop down to the local store, 6900 XT is going for $770. It's also going for $1,529, but don't get that one because that's a ridiculous price. It's on clearance from $1,700. That's absurd. Best Buy, what are you doing? But you could also get a 3090 Ti Founders Edition for $1,100. Obviously, we are expecting the RTX 40 series to get announced next week, so just who knows? But let's just remember the RTX 30 series launch when people were selling their 2080 Ti's for $500 because the 3070 was supposed to beat it at that price point. And then the shortages happened, and then people were like, oh, my 2080 Ti now fetches a cool price of $1,500. I was an idiot. I wasn't one of those people. Don't talk to me about my shame or my past. But you also have things like the 6750 XT going for $500. It just seems to be that GPUs, even on the new market, let alone the used market, are continuing their downward slide. But now seems like a really good time to go over the Cryptostonks just to see what the market impact was of this Ethereum merge. Bitcoin not really moving all that much. It's down 0.5% to be at 19,813. It's down from its high of 22,000 earlier in the week, but didn't really slide because of the Ethereum merge. Ethereum itself, though, it's down a little bit. Looks like mining was part of the confidence, at least, or people wanted to liquidate their coins from this happening. It's down 5.6% to be at just over barely $1,500. Dogecoin also getting caught up in the slip slide, down 2.5% to be at 5.9 cents. And we're gonna get caught up in Reece's slip and slide sometime soon. Don't know if I want to use that segue again, but I've got a UFD deal for you before he brings it for you. Best Buy currently has this HP Omen Ryzen 5 5600G, 16 gigs of RAM, RX 6600 XT, 1 terabyte SSD PC on sale for $700. Which is $650 off, which that $700 price point, I'm fairly certain is cheaper than building it yourself. So in case you're looking for an entire PC, that's not a bad price. These HP Omen pre-builts are a little sussy when it comes to, the overall quality, but you could fix it yourself. $700. And that's all I've ever given Reece over the last 5 years he's worked for me. $700, isn't that right, buddy?
Hey everyone, welcome back to UFD Deals. We bring the hottest tech deals out on the internet. I'm gonna have to speedrun this episode because I'm about to get load shedded and I need to get this off to Catlin. Starting off today with the Gigabyte B660M Aorus Pro AX motherboard. This LGA 1700 socket motherboard is going for only $134.99, which is 29% off and the lowest price in 30 days. Secondly, we have this Team Group T-Force Cardia Zero Z330 1TB SSD going for only $71.99, which is 35% off and the lowest price in 30 days as well. You're welcome. Don't forget, you can find all these deals and more linked in the video description. I'm about to head out for the weekend. I'll see you guys next week for more deals. Cheers.
Thank you. Very cool, Reece. And now let's talk about today's episode sponsor, which is Reece, because he designed all of this. We've got the Cannonball for the Cure merch sales that are currently going on. This is the pre-event merch, which is just designed to help you guys fund what's going to happen with the Cannonball for the Cure, because I think in total last year, I spent a lot of money when it came to providing prizes for the giveaways, getting the internet solution all set up, making sure I had all the equipment to pull off the cross-country live stream that we raised money for in order to cure my son's rare disease, which people have said, Brett, why did you spend so much money? Couldn't you just donate it? Turns out when I spend money on my business, people give more money. And so like we had a many X return on every single dollar I spent going towards curing my son. And so if you want to help be part of all of that, we do have our Cannonball for the Cure merch that's up right now. This is the pre-event. We still don't know which vehicle we're going to be using, so the official event merch will have the official vehicle. So just if you want that, hold tight on that. But this is in case you want to support everything going into the cost of producing the event. We'd really appreciate it. One of the things that I could probably use to pull off an event like a Cannonball for the Cure is 6G. 5G would be great. I only have 4G hotspots because that's the easiest way to get unlimited data. That's neither here nor there. LG testing 6G data at up to 1 terabyte per second. I don't know if it's supposed to be terabytes or terabits, but it's really fast regardless. Being transferred between 155 and 175 gigahertz over the air in Germany for testing this next generation of wireless transmission. We obviously have to wait a while. 5G is not even perfected. It's just we're still developing it, but they're moving forward. You can't have a new thing unless you test it first. And you can't have the best version of a video game unless it's on console first, and then it comes to PC. That's a bad segue. Anyways, Uncharted's getting an official release date. October 19, Legacy of Thieves is coming to PC on that date. It's gonna cost $50. It's gonna be available on Steam and Epic Games Store in case you want that PlayStation setup on your PC. And now let us talk about a ton of next-gen news. AMD's next-gen CPU is 7950X. We got reports coming out on the Boost setup with that. It's 5.85 gigahertz. The CPU should be able to hit as long as you keep it below 50 degrees Celsius, which is going to be very tricky to do. Otherwise, it's going to boost up to 5.7. Then on top of that, the all-core boost frequency is going to be 5.1 gigahertz on the 16 cores that are on the 5950X, all the way up to 95 degrees Celsius. So there's a boosting that's going on to 5.85 on one core, but then you can get it up to 5.1 on all cores, which considering AMD couldn't even hit 5 gigahertz on the 5950X, this is amazing to see. It's going to be great. 5.85 gigahertz peak clock on the 5950X. 7950X. Come on, stop messing up the numbers, Brett. Get it together. And at Tokyo Game Show, Intel getting stuff together, showing off new GPUs, the A750 being shown off. You can see the ASRock Challenger version. You can also see the Intel one right there. It has 2 8-pins and then 1 HDMI and 3 DisplayPort, like a normal GPU. There's the A750. You want to talk about AMD's next-gen GPU? We haven't actually gotten a whole lot of details about the 7000 series GPUs, but this is the first one coming out from Igor's lab, talking about the PCB layout, as well as some power requirements that are going to happen here. So 7-chiplet Navi 31 GPU. You can see right here, it's going to have 24 gigabytes of VRAM, and it allegedly will have these 3 8-pin power connectors. If you throw in the PCI Express power, that means that it can pull up to 450 watts. This is not using the next-gen PCI Express 5.0 power adapter. That could still end up being implemented at some point, but this is the preliminary PCB, 450 watts, 24 gigs of RAM, spicy 7900 XT and spicy new teasers about the upcoming Ada Lovelace architecture from NVIDIA this coming Tuesday. We're actually going to be live streaming this here as well as over on our Twitch channel. NVIDIA is going to have their Project Beyond event, but they're teasing out a few details, essentially confirming that this is going to be the Ada generation of GPUs, showing off the diagram for the computation by the engine of the numbers of Bernoulli, which was a chart made by Ada Lovelace in 1843. But also in this teaser, they put a phone number down here. You can see it says 208-629-7538, which is allegedly referring to the fact that it's going to have a 629 millimeter square die, as well as 75.38 billion transistors, and it'll be 2.08 times as fast as the GA102. But you gotta know that with any phone number they put out there, people are gonna call it. So we're gonna call that live here on Hot News. In the past, when you're watching it, I don't know what happens when you call this number. Let's find out.
Tell us, how fast would you like to go?
Very fast? I would like to go so fast that all I see is darkness. Well, that was intriguing. I guess I'm leaving a voicemail. Maybe they're gonna put it in their event somehow. Tell us how fast you want to go. You let NVIDIA know down below in the comments. How fast do you want to go? And I'm gonna go so fast to get on out of here because Hot News is done. I'll see you back here on Monday for more of the hottest tech news out on the interwebs.